Downtown Minneapolis, welcome inside the Metrodome. Major League Baseball on tap. It's the Boston Red Sox taking on the Minnesota Twins. Biggest storyline coming into this one. He's riding quite the hitting streak, Singy.
Been seeing the ball so well, Boog. One of the toughest outs in the league right now. It'll be interesting to see how they pitch to him today.
To get this one started after this. Just about set to go now. And on the hill, Jim Cott. And Singy, it's unique these days, but he's more of a pitch to contact type of guy.
Yeah, Boogie, he doesn't rely too heavily on the strikeout. He knows he needs to miss barrels, get some soft contact, let the defense do work behind him. And I think a guy like that can keep a good tempo, don't give hitters time to adjust or think. They can move through a ball game, and you look off, they're in line for a quality start. We'll see what he's got in this one.
Bunt attempt, but that goes foul. Ball to strike. The pitch. And a swing and a miss.
I would throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Out to short. Dozier. Over to first. One out in the top of the first. Check out the Red Sox.
What's going on, Caden? We're playing in the former home of the Minnesota Vikings right now. And the Twins used to play here too, obviously. That's why it's on this game.
On the road, it's pretty much been a struggle for him all season, and sometimes there's just not a good explanation. Maybe the hotel beds aren't comfortable, maybe the food on the road's not good. I don't know what it is, but he's got to figure it out. He's got to figure out a way to get his mind focused when he steps in the box, that it's all about.
Yeah, the old Metrodome, they played on this AstroTurf, and obviously it's different for baseball than it was in football. But when they played in baseball, I don't know how they did this. They had these fold up like seats. Like, look at these seats. Some giant ass metal scissor lift things. They got the seats sideways. Yeah, I mean, it's like straight AstroTurf probably. But it's weird how I don't know how they got all these seats to like fold up like that. But the Twins definitely play in a better place now. I mean, they didn't have a ton of room for fans because they had to roll up all these. Here's that giant gallon of milk. Giant inflatable gallon of milk, because that's what you need in a baseball stadium, is a giant inflatable gallon of milk. I think this is like the tunnel where the football team would come out from, but I don't know how they did like all these seats like this. It was pretty crazy.
Doing damage.
0-2 now. Started after it. Appeal to first. He went around, according to Carl Dixon. So digging in, Manny Ramirez.
He's been on fire at the dish lately. Working on a 5-game hitting streak.
Fastball in for a strike. 0-1. 2 out, space is empty. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. And that gives them
Let's
the lead.
go,
It's
Manny.
1-0.
I mean, I'm signed into my mom's
No doubt about that one, Boog. We
Paramount
knew it
Plus
wasn't
through her
coming back.
Walmart subscription, but I'm not sure if that doesn't have Showtime, so I'm not sure if that's gonna. The last extra one needed to have Showtime, I
A
think.
breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
And with 2 down, the Red Sox. The early lead. Here's the center fielder, Willie Mays. And a curve is down and in. Red Sox already leading. And there's a ball. Outside low.
Oh, so I do need Showtime, the Showtime version, so I don't know what I'll have to do then. I'll have to maybe sign out of that and see if I can sign up for my own.
One of the things about that
The one for $1 a piece or whatever that is.
Going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Headed towards the corner. Walner snags it, and that'll do it. But they're off to a good start as they pick up a run on this solo shot. It's now 1-0. Back after this on the show.
Yeah, I mean, that's like nothing. I don't know how long is the series going to take to release, though. If it's only 2 months, then what about the third month? The series is still going to be going on. They want you to pay for $10 or whatever. How much it costs.
Getting the nod in this one, Roger Clemens, one of the best strikeout pitchers in the history of baseball.
Yeah, Boog, he's got some of the best strikeout stuff in the history of the game. Over 4,000 career strikeouts. We'll see how many
It's going to August.
Bottom of the first. And now for the Twins, Tony.
So 2 months? Or it's going to be... Wait, so it's only 2 months? So you really only need it for $1?
Popped up to the left, into foul ground. Puts it away for the out. 1 up, 1 down.
Huge sigh of relief, I'm sure.
Let's take a look at the lineup. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for them. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Well, Boog, I think when you got a guy that's this talented on the mound, you got to find ways to disrupt his rhythm, make him uncomfortable a little bit. The guys that can handle the bat and perhaps, bunt for a base hit, get him moving off the mound. If you're in the box and he seems to be just in a flow, step out.
I mean, I guess we'll see. You can always cancel after that if you don't want to pay the full price for the other
one. You may
one.
only get one pitch. You better not miss it.
That's in there. And the count 1-1. And Singy, as a team, you need to make the most of the very few opportunities he's going to give you, right?
Absolutely. And if you don't get to guys like this a lot of times early, once they really settle in, it's going to be the later innings that they hand that ball over to a reliever if they do at all.
One out, bases empty. Clemens with a stellar run lately on the mound. Really.
And when did you say the first episode was releasing? Was it this Friday?
Yeah, that's ball 2.
Some pitchers can go out there and rip off a month or two of it.
Yeah, not me. I like watching college football. I enjoyed watching it last year, but
cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
yeah, that's cool.
This guy's flailing at the
I don't know. I'm not going to split my time between Madden and college football. Some people like college football more than Madden, but I like pro football more than college football. So, plus I'm still playing this.
And another ball.
Like, this is still taking some of my time, and this will take some of my time when Madden still comes out too. Yeah, I figured. But you said they're dropping 2 on the 2 this Friday, huh?
3 up, 3 down, inning over. Nothing doing here this half. We go on to inning number 2. It's the Red Sox 1 and the Twins nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. New inning getting started. So stepping in for Boston, Gary Sheffield. He's kind of an outlier, especially when guys are consciously sacrificing contact to deliver.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Sounds exciting. Do you know what time Friday?
And it's 0-1.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
When you look at the elite teams in the game right now, there is going to be the slug, no question about it. But the really good offensive teams combine slug with more contact, with less swing and miss. Got him swinging. So up next, David Ortiz.
He's struggled to make contact lately, striking out nearly twice in each of the last 5 games.
First pitch just misses.
Yeah, and the domino effect of that is running up pitch counts on pitchers and then either getting them to a place of fatigue or getting into the bullpen perhaps before you get to those higher leverage arms at the back end.
Wait, 3 a.m. Friday morning, so Pacific time, midnight Friday? Or Thursday night, I guess. Thursday once you get to midnight when it's Friday. Or, yeah, which 3 a.m.? Like 3 a.m. your time? 3 a.m. my time? 3 a.m.
Like you did right there.
That's kind of weird. So they're dropping it at midnight, maybe?
One out, runner at second. And now Jason Varitek.
Not getting the results he's
okay, so you can watch it whenever you want Friday then.
Hit in his last 5 games.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. One of the things that Jim Leland used to say when I was broadcasting with the Marlins, the longer a plate appearance goes for a batter, the more likely it is that something good will
That's
happen.
cool. Maybe I'll watch before.
Yeah, and I figured you would get Kotsay into this because you had a free dinner at his house the other night.
Wait,
It's true.
where are they dropping it? You're saying they're not dropping it at midnight Friday on Showtime?
It's a strikeout.
You're saying that's on the YouTube channel or what?
Fastball right there, and it wasn't like he was set up for it by something off speed earlier in the at-bat. Just came right after him with 3 straight, and he had no answer for it.
Here's Nico Horner.
Oh, I got it. I got you. Yeah, it is.
First pitch doesn't find the zone.
I'm not even sure if I have that TV channel, but I probably don't. But I'll definitely be watching it. If I can just stream it, I'll definitely be watching it. I'll probably watch it Friday before I go to work.
Next offering is foul back.
Maybe when I get home from work. I don't know.
Runner at second, 2 down. Here at the top of the second. Upstairs. Man on second, 2 down. Squirted out into left. It's going to fall for a hit. Ortiz headed for the plate. Now a long throw home.
That was it just weekly enough that it gave me a chance to come home with David Ortiz, and I still got gunned down because he's so slow. Oh my gosh. If that was hit any harder to the outfield, I definitely would. Ortiz wouldn't have been able to go home. He would have had to stay at third. But it was hit so slow, it gave Bobby a chance to get home, and he's just too slow, I guess. Ugh.
Bottom of the inning. Now the cleanup hitter for Minnesota.
I guess that's what happens when you have 21 speed.
Clemens, more than 300 wins in his career. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. Swinging a foul straight back.
Yeah, so I'm second. I'm behind my brother by, I think, one game. I'm one game back of my brother.
Watch this because you have two of the game's best going, a Cy Young candidate and an MVP candidate. Look out.
It's been a close year. I had the lead for a little while, then I slumped, and then he had the lead for a while, and then he just had a little slump, and then I jumped in front of him for a little, just like a day or two, and then he's back in front now, so it's been a good season. See on the bottom, Red Sox move within one game of Yankees in AL East.
Here's a hitter who's been strong in the clutch lately, more than an RBI per game over his last 10.
All right, sounds good. Actually, gonna pause it for a second here.
To third. Throws to first. Gets the catcher by a step.
Talk about being able to dial up the velocity. That first baseman over there might need a little pad inside that first baseman's mitt.
Here's Royce Lewis. Chris, he's definitely going to finish the year with a new career high in homers. We just don't know how many he's going to hit quite yet. And that's through there for a strike. 0-1.
That's excellent location on the fastball right there.
Yeah, so this is a franchise that I use the Red Sox and my brother uses the Yankees. So we've been doing this franchise for like, not this specific franchise, but we've been doing a franchise for the last, I don't know, 12 years. So I've won 3 World Series. My brother has won 4 World Series. Yeah, my brother's a Yankees fan. I'm the Red Sox fan. So it makes for a fun summer. It makes for a fun rivalry. And then Landon is Landon, bro. Yeah, so it makes for a fun rivalry. Yeah, if I could speak correctly.
Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Down go the Twins in order. They're down.
I believe so. There's a lot of people that tune in that don't comment sometimes. Like now this is 4 people watching.
And we're back. And now, Honus Wagner. Caught back to work.
Comment. Some of that comment didn't show up. I'm not sure why. I only see Caden's comment. I never seen him before. YouTube, remove your comment. I tried to check the whole comment. It popped up on the screen and said, you can't speak correctly because, and then I didn't see the rest. When I looked at my phone here, and it's not even there.
And a quick out, number 1.
Now batting, right fielder, Hank Aaron.
I'm gonna reload it. Nope, still nothing.
Hank Aaron up next for the Red Sox.
Sounds like a mad Yankees fan, though. That's what I would have assumed the comment was about.
And there's a strike.
Do you remember the last time the Yankees and the Red Sox played in the playoffs? Do you remember who won? Because it wasn't the Yankees.
Off the mark there.
Do you remember who's won a World Series more recently? The Yankees or the Red Sox? because the Red Sox have multiple World Series wins since the last time the Yankees have won a series win. I mean, unless you want to go back to like pre-iPhone days and like pre-internet days and talk about the Yankees World Series in the 1920s, then sure you can talk about that.
3-2
Bro.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
I've only been alive for 34 years, so if you want to talk about championships from the 20s and championships from the Red Sox in the 1908 season, then like I'm not talking about that because I never watched those teams. So y'all can talk about total number and pretend like you witnessed those, even though neither of you did. But since I've been watching baseball, the Yankees have less World Series than the Red Sox. That's just a fact. I've seen the Yankees win one in 09. I've seen the Red Sox win one in 04. I've seen the Red Sox win one in 07.
Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle.
You've only been watching since 2017? Dang, so you've never seen the Yankees win a World Series.
2-2.
Playoff appearances? That's a good question, Caden. I had never counted the total amount of playoff appearances, but that might be close.
1-2-3, but they still lead at 1-0.
Caden, what are you saying? What are you laughing at 2017 though? You literally just started watching baseball like last year.
As we go to the last of the third, and now for the Twins, Matt Wallner.
Bro, and you've seen zero though, Landon.
First pitch misses.
So, I mean, you can talk about the ones you won. You know who won the first ever World Series? The Boston Red Sox.
A swing and a miss.
So,
and that's strike one.
1 ball, 1 strike.
you can say Yankees have a better record than what? Well, as they should. I mean, the Yankees are the greatest organization in baseball history. But I really don't care about 1945 and 1968 and 1932 and yeah, that's cool, man. I'm just saying.
Stays alive.
He hasn't gotten the result yet, but he's got to feel pretty confident.
It is what it is. I'm just saying. You can, if that's what you want to hold on to. That's like when Caden copes and talks about how his Jets have a Super Bowl win, even though he's never seen his team live in the playoffs. This might be Landon. Does this land in what's his name? Jared's cousin or friend or whatever? Might be Jared's cousin, friend. Oh, you're talking about playoff appearances of all time? Sure. Yeah, history is history. Ain't nothing. Of course, you can like I said, you can. I've said this to you before. You can acknowledge the past, but you can't claim you have joy from a World Series or a Super Bowl win that you never really watched. So you can't be like, I remember that day and I was so happy because I was a fan of that team. If you weren't even alive, you can't pretend like it gave you immense joy. You can't claim that it filled your heart with happiness. You know, like if that's the kind of thing that you do try to want to claim, okay. No, bragging rights is not the same thing as having your heart filled with immense joy. You're telling me Joe Namath gives you immense joy, Caden? Don't lie to me, bro. I know you're proud of him, and that's different. There's nothing wrong with that either. I'm not saying that it's wrong. I don't agree with that. I think
Sliced hard but foul.
Yeah, that's cool. If you never watched him play live, How can he make you happy from his play?
He swings through it.
Now, there's a certain point where you have to commit.
That would be like me talking about how Franklin D. Roosevelt made me so happy when he was a president of the United States. He did such a great job, and I love to go back and watch his speeches, and he implemented all these policies, and he gives me such joy. That's a bunch of malarkey. Like, that's so baloney. You can't talk about, but you can talk about whatever you want. You got freedom of speech, but in my opinion, if you just want to talk about history, if it was literally only about history, then everyone would just be a fan of the team that has the most championships. So everyone would be a Montreal Canadiens fan in hockey. Everyone would be a Yankees fan in baseball. There would be literally no fans of other teams if the only thing that mattered was history. And clearly it doesn't, because that's kind of why sports exists.
The deeper he gets into account, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
So the lineup flips over.
I kind of like the Panthers, Landon. I have a Steve Smith Panthers light blue jersey. Steve Smith was a beast. I used to take him in fantasy football all the time.
After last night's struggles, I'm sure this team is chomping at the bit to have this kind of opportunity here early in this game.
Swings and he breaks his bat. Now the throw to first on the run. On the money. Nice play.
Name?
So up next for Minnesota.
I probably only have one. Out of all my jerseys, I pretty much watched them all play. Almost every single one.
2 outs.
The only one I have of someone that I didn't watch play was Carl Yastrzemski for the Red Sox.
Swing and a pop-up.
Other than that, I have David Ortiz. I watched him play.
Makes the grab.
I have a Chris Sale alternate White Sox jersey. Watched him play.
And one left on. Inning number 4. All tied 1-1.
I have a Steve Smith football jersey. I have Doug Flutie. Oh, Carl Yastrzemski.
Welcome back as we take a check of the current state.
Otherwise known as Yaz. I have about, I don't know, I'd say I probably have maybe 20 to 25 jerseys. And I think only one of them I have of someone who I didn't watch play.
And that drops in for a strike.
And again, don't forget my point. My point isn't that you can't acknowledge the past, you can't acknowledge legends, you can't talk about how great they were. So I'm not saying that.
Puts it away for the out.
My point is, you can't say that. You can't say that
Now batting,
Ted Williams.
a player gave you immense joy you never watched.
First time.
My Red Sox franchise has been amazing. I've seen them come back from a 3-0 playoff deficit in baseball, which no team has ever done against the New York Yankees, by the way. Yankees blew it. You can Google him. Sure, you can Google anyone you want, but it doesn't give you the most joy. Bro also threw so many interceptions. He's not a goat, bruh. How many goats are there? If he's a goat, this is like a goat farm. Like, are there hundreds of goats? How many goats are there? So so what does that even what does that entail? What is a personal goat? Like, you're claiming that. So no, I understand you're saying, Johnny, but just honestly, I might say Vinny Testaverde's better. If you could, I don't know. But you could claim that. You can claim that if you want. But
Joey gets on base and keeps it going.
But goat is such an overused term nowadays too. Like, everyone's like goat.
So digging in, David Ortiz doubled his first time.
Bro, his stats aren't even that good.
And that one is inside. Sheffield.
He literally wasn't that good.
Popped up to the left into foul ground. Lewis makes the play, and that is that.
He only had a 50.1% completion percentage.
1-1.
His career record was 62, 63, and 4. So he had an average winning record.
So far this year.
He threw more interceptions in his career than touchdowns. He was an average winner at best. 62, 63, and 4. He had a literal average completion percentage. 1 year he threw for a lot of yards and became the first person to get to a certain milestone. He threw for 4,000 yards one time.
Just missed.
Threw for 3,000 yards 2 times. I don't need to change your perspective of him. I'm just stating his statistics. You can love him all you want, but he's not that good.
And that squirts through. And a good start to the inning.
He's definitely overrated, but he's Broadway Joe, man. Means nothing to you, but you saying he's your GOAT, that means nothing to me. He's just kind of average. Definitely average. I would never pick him to lead my team if I could pick anyone out of any generation of quarterbacks. I'd pick Tom Brady, I'd pick Peyton Manning, I'd pick Drew Brees, I'd pick Josh Allen, I'd pick Aaron Rodgers, I'd pick maybe even Eli Manning over Joe Namath, but it is a different era, so like I get that his total volume numbers would be down.
Nobody out, runner at first.
So like, in my opinion, he doesn't have to have as many passing touchdowns, or as many passing yards, or as many completions as like a modern day quarterback to be considered as good as some of the modern day quarterbacks. But he definitely threw way too many picks. He definitely threw way too many incomplete passes. He didn't win a lot of games.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Runner at first with no outs here.
Okay.
Way outside, and it's 3-2.
And is that supposed to be like... I mean, I know you love the Jets, so that's your team, at least for now.
Drilled in the air out towards right center. Mays in pursuit. And there's one down.
Just saying, I look at these, I look at his career. 3-5-1, 5-6. This is his record. 3-5-1, 5-6-2, 8-5-1. That's a solid year. 11-3. That's a very good year. Suck. 11-3. Why are those airplane wings pink? That emoji. You ever seen an airplane with pink wings?
Man at first, one away.
It's kind of weird. I mean, you brought him up, so that's what I'm talking about. We don't have to keep talking about Joe Namath. We can go back to baseball.
Another 0-2 count
but,
right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
And fastball misses outside for a ball. Now 1-2. Move to first. Carew back in on a dive.
And to make sure Carew knew I didn't forget about him. Adam Sandler said in that one song that he converted.
He goes down looking.
Oh, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle. So I got to think he was looking away and just got locked.
Runner on the move. Out to center. Mays has it sized up. And the inning is over. Twins wind up stranding one. Score remains tied 1-1. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far.
Also, the year that Joe Namath threw for 4,000 yards, he threw more interceptions than he did touchdowns that year. So, just gonna say that. Oh yeah, I always get the spicy. Sometimes it kicks my ass, but I always get the spicy one. I love spicy food. I got those new Takis Fuego fries from McDonald's. They're pretty solid. They weren't anything special, but I figured I had to try them. I'm a big spicy fan.
And now it's going to be Nico Horner. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Fastball in the inside corner for a strike.
This game has been so
that lady in the crowd just went, "I love you."
Base is empty, 1 away, and we're at the top of the 5th. On the outside corner, and the count is 0-2.
Well, I didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole.
In real life, next week, I think it's Tuesday is the All-Star game. I really don't care about the All-Star game, though. I'm going to watch the Home Run Derby, though. I think the Home Run Derby is next Monday. I think the Home Run Derbies are entertaining in the All-Star game. Honestly, most pro sports have a really bad All-Star game. What was great about hockey this year was they didn't even have the All-Star game. Yeah, it's on ESPN. This year, hockey had the Four Nations tournament instead for a couple weeks.
Right through there for a strike.
I think it's on, well, it might be on MLB Network this year. Usually it's ESPN. But hockey had this Four Nations tournament, and man, the players cared, and they were hitting each other and fighting, and it was great. Like they treated it like it was the Olympics. But usually the hockey All-Star game is poop. MLB All-Star game, in my opinion, is poop. NBA All-Star game is poop. Pro Bowl's poop. Like, they're all just bad.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready to go?
The MLB tried to make it better like 10 years ago, and they changed the All-Star game to make the All-Star game count. So whichever league won the All-Star game, that league got home field advantage in the World Series. So I actually thought that was kind of cool because it gave the players an incentive to like really want to play and play hard and try to win. Because if you know the fact that the World Series for the Yankees is at home field advantage is on the line during the All-Star game, they're going to tune in and watch and make sure these AL players are all busting their ass because they want home field advantage. But a lot of people thought it was stupid. They're like, oh, so we're relying on a player from the Oakland A's to see if we can get home field advantage for the Yankees in the All-Star game. So a lot of people hated it, but I mean, it wasn't just like it was a random player from a random team. Like, it was a great player who made the All-Star game from a team in your league. So I don't know. I always kind of thought that was interesting, but I can see why they got rid of it, but in my opinion, it made the game actually worth watching.
Right side, hard hit. Horner over to first. He's out. And there's 2 away.
Now batting.
No, my great-grandfather, when he came over from Italy, he obviously came through New York City, and he was in New York City for a little while. And then he moved to Buffalo from New York City. Way back in the day.
Strike up high, and it's 1-1. And a swing and a miss.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated.
I don't mind being in New York City. Like, I would go visit again. But I don't think I could live there. Cost of living is so high.
Got him. Outside pitch got the better of him that time.
I don't know. So much traffic.
Score remains deadlocked at 1.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of city living. Like, I like the suburbs. I'd rather be in the suburbs and like or rural areas. Like when I went camping last month.
Back to work.
I don't know. I live our cabin's in a very secluded area, so that's kind of cool. Nobody's there to bother you. Don't forget, I'm old, man. people bother me. I was in retail for 12 years.
And misses inside.
I guess I'm still kind of in
He's
retail
great
now,
hitting the
but
ball the other way, and that
I was
pitch did a
in
good
retail
job to
full-time for
straighten
12
him up a
years.
bit. Mission accomplished.
And people are just so annoying. I literally had somebody call me on July 4th and was like, "Do you guys fix mini bikes?" And I was like, "No." And he screams, "Fuck!" at the top of his lungs on the phone, and I just hung up on him. Yeah, I took the subway in New York City before. I mean, it was kind of cool, but they're super, like, there's so much going on in the subways and everything. Like, I know, it was almost a little confusing.
And that one is downstairs. Ball one.
I don't know. I don't mind not driving. Like, that wouldn't be the part that I wouldn't like. I know a lot of people don't drive there because the traffic gets crazy and you can walk a lot of places and you can take the subway. It's like, I like trains. But, yeah, I just, I don't know if I could do that.
Swing and a miss and a slider.
Just an outstanding job of spinning the baseball, moving it around, doing what he does.
Fights that one away, still 1-2.
If they wanted to create the best Grand Theft Auto game of all time,
All tied up.
they would spend 10 years making it, and people would hate that it was taking so long, but I mean, it's taking so long for this next GTA anyways. So what they should have done was, they should have immediately started working, once they released GTA 5, they should have started working on this other one, and been like, alright, we're going to have 10 years, but what we're going to do is we're going to go through most major cities, and we're going to scan most major cities, and make everything, like, downloadable. Like, imagine they sell you a base version of GTA, and you buy it for like $60, but then you can download like a Year City version for like another $25. That would sell ridiculous. I would go in the Sabres arena and like blow it up. Like, this is what you bums get for missing the playoffs the last 14 years. Then they have the audacity to email me asking me if I want to buy a 10-game pack for the Sabres next year. I'm like, hell no. Email me with this bullshit.
Line drive, that's a base hit. They get it in quickly. So first and second, now one out.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
Popped up, Dozier. Hauls it in for the out. So up next, Gary Sheffield.
The Red Sox are starting the series with Colorado tonight.
So they'll have to be extra careful in this matchup.
Or as people in Canada say, Colorado.
Right through there for a strike.
Yeah, he can move the ball around, add and subtract, get some weak contact at times. So you don't worry as much about him in this situation. Very capable of getting a ground ball and getting out of this little jam.
2 aboard, 2 outs.
No. Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You
Alright, kid. I'll talk to you later.
Finish your pitch. If you leave
Peace out, man.
Plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Strike 2, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run.
Full count.
Squirts away a little bit, and an excellent job keeping it right there. David Ortiz, the kind of bat that can make a big impact if they can keep it going here. In the air, right field. He's got it, and that's the 3rd out. 2 left on. Top of the order, 2 up in the home half of the 6th. All tied 1-1. Bottom of the 6th. And now the right fielder, Tony Oliva.
Tony Oliva.
just missed. That one lifted to left. Ramirez moving back for this one. Nabs it. And there's one down. And now the Minnesota designated hitter, Justin Morneau. Both 2 in this one. That one finds the zone. Strike one.
Some hitters are just more confident if they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
Swung on, belted.
Uh-oh. That's not bad. Yep.
And out of here. He flexes his power with that swing. His 26th of the year. It's 2-1.
Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the backspin carried it out of here.
Next to hit, Rod Carew. That one's in there. That's strike one.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
Man, that's just a nasty splitter. Bottom falls out of it. You don't see a lot of guys throw that these days, but I tell you what, he's got a good one.
In the air on the infield, Wagner. He makes the grab. 2 down.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
2 down, bases empty. Here's some real power at the plate. Harmon Killebrew. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. 2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across here in the bottom of the 6th. And that's downstairs. And the count is 2-0.
Well, he gave up the home run earlier in this inning, not pitching as aggressively here.
In the air, right field, Hank sizes this one up, pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And that is that. Twins get 1 on this homer, and it's now a 2-1 ball game.
Your time is up, this your third out. Plus we got hitters on deck, bet you word now. We gon' pull up, hood up, what now? Jump out. About to get on your bubble.
And welcome back to the ballpark. We go to the top of the 7th, and here's the first baseman, David Ortiz.
A lot of times you're looking for a guy to get that tying run on base, but because of the power, you want him to tie up the game with 1 swing here.
And that's in there at the knees. Ripped, but it curls foul. And a swing and a miss, down on strikes, and he's up to 7 strikeouts. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Now here is Jason Varitek. Swing and a high fly ball hit in the air left center field. This one's got a chance. Out of here. That'll fire up the dugout. His 11th of the year. It's 2-2. He only needed 1 swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Rocco Baldelli out of the dugout now, and he's going to make a change. Jim Cock will depart, and a pretty decent effort out of him. Tie ball game, new arm out of the pen when we get back.
Now Now pitching
On
for
the mound now for the
Twins.
Twins, Joe Nathan.
Number
And he's been
37.
racking up strikeouts at a high rate this year. Typically at least one an inning, so he'll be tough to get to.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Next to hit, Nico Horner. Looks like a pinch hitter for the Red Sox, Ozzie Smith.
Man, it must be nice to pull a superstar off your bench, huh?
Line drive, caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Wagner in the box here, lets that one go for a ball. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Close one, doesn't get the call. Now 2-0. That finds the mark on the inside corner.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
2-2.
Pitch in the dirt, and it's 3-2. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. Struck him out looking. Solo blast ties it for Boston. And we're deadlocked now at 2 apiece. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Joe Mauer.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. Movement in the bullpen. Lee Smith getting loose out there. Miller warming up as well. There's a swing and a drive. That's back there. Hits the top of the wall. Safe at second with nobody out, and that double has the go-ahead run and scoring position.
Well, that's how you respond. Leadoff man comes up, gets into scoring position. Now, there are several ways that they can get this run across.
So the go-ahead run is into scoring position. Now the third baseman, Royce Lewis. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. There's a strike.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
Go ahead run in scoring position. Nobody out.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
Next pitch is outside.
0-2 fastball way out of the zone. I think he's trying to speed him up. Got to stay back. Off speed's probably coming.
Next pitch misses, and that's ball 2.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
And a swing and a miss. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away.
Oh, it can be so tough as a hitter to pull yourself out of an extended slump, one that lasts for several games, even a week or more. You know, right now, he's really in one, so I'm sure his mind is all over the place, racing, having a hard time sleeping, trying to figure out what can get him back on track, back to feeling more comfortable and settled in the box.
1 out. The go-ahead run is at second. That one is absolutely belted. And it's into the gap. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He will score, and they take the lead.
Well, that was an important at-bat in this game, so great job there stepping up to the challenge. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. What a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
One out. Runner at second. Brian Dozier, the next Twin up to hit. One home run shy of 200 for his career. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. Wallner, the runner at second with one away. Oh, he gloves it from his knees, the throw. And that's a great play for the out.
Look at how he dives right there. He's able to pop up to both knees. Not enough time to get to his feet, but he threw it. Cannon across the diamond to get the runner.
And now for the Twins, Harrison Bader, 1 for 2. Swing and a foul straight back. In the dirt, nice job behind the plate. Runner at third, 2 away. That's outside. Now 2 balls and a strike. Two outs. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. The run scores from third, and they lead by 2.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Nice line drive to pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
And here's the Twins leadoff guy, Tony Oliva. Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Roger Clemens gives way, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back.
Now pitching for
Andrew Miller will take over
Number
here.
30.
And this is his 40th appearance of the
Andrew Miller.
season, so he's starting to log a decent amount of work this year.
And there's the strike. Runner at second, 2 down. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Breaking ball misses down and away. Miller. He's kind of a prototypical bullpen arm in today's game. Electric stuff that results in a ton of strikeouts. In a tough spot like this, that is a big-time benefit. And missed, struck him out. Good job at damage control right there. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. 8th inning coming up. It's the Twins 4 and the Red Sox 2. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Orion Kerkering.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
And a little something extra at stake in this at-bat, as he's hitless so far with his hitting streak in jeopardy. And that one pulled foul.
It's so hard to slow yourself down when you see that juicy breaking ball, but the most success happens when you try to take that right back up the middle approach.
pitch. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the third straight at bat.
Well, take a look at the three-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
And here is Manny Ramirez.
No ball, 1 strike.
That one pushed foul. Here's the 0-2. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your bullpen arm when you roll them out there to start a new inning, hold on to a small lead. Just such a stabilizing effect. And not only get the first 2 hitters, but to strike them out. That gives everyone on defense a big boost of confidence.
And the batter now, Willie Mays. 2 down, nobody on.
2-0.
2-0 count, great hitter at the dish. If you're going to miss, you've got to miss outside the zone. You miss inside the strike zone, you'll be asking the umpire for a new baseball.
Fires over to Killebrew. Mays retired at first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Welcome back to the ballpark as we check out the current playoff picture. Just missed. Miller goes 6 feet 7 inches. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a sinker, and he works in a changeup. That one finds the corner, and that is strike 1.
Let's see if he's willing to use the whole field right here. Definitely pounding him away.
And that one is in for a strike. Good pitch.
I think he was sitting off speed right there because he just let the fastball go by.
That one ripped. Dives. What a play.
That diving catch right there is the kind of play that just fires up the team, whether it's to make more great defensive plays or to get back in the dugout and swing the sticks.
So digging in, Rod Carew, 1 for 3. And he grounds one to the right side. And he's out.
Now
Harmon Killebrew, the next twin up to hit. 0 for 3 in this one.
Killebrew.
That's in for a strike.
Late in the game, everyone gets a little tighter. Way to get ahead on a really good hitter right there.
And that misses. And it's a ball and a strike.
1 strike. Ball.
Next offering is fouled back. And now it's filled up.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
And that one hammered. And a foul ball. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Nothing doing here for the Twins, but they still lead this one 4-2.
Now pitching
Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Griffin
22.
Jacks.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball. And We see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
Here now the Red Sox DH, Ted Williams. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out.
This ain't no toss up, you better boss up. Hey, yeah, took a loss at the boss up. Kinda fell off at the boss up.
That's a strike.
No ball. 1 strike.
And that one a little below the knees. And that's ball 1.
Well, he missed a hittable off-speed pitch right there. Not sure exactly with the timing. Sometimes you get a backup breaking ball. You're expecting it to make its move at the end. It never does. And you're tied up.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. So the bullpen doing a nice job backing up the effort from their starter.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty excellent pitching out of this staff so far. I mean, they've come in ready to do their job and get outs. They've been pretty tough to get to in this one.
He's 2 outs away. Here's the third baseman, Gary Sheffield. Jax is what you're looking for in a good reliever. The ball stays in the ballpark. It's so hard to square him up. Well struck, right field. That one is back. Onto the track, and he makes the catch.
Yeah, he stays out of the middle and pitches either at the bottom or at the top on the edges. And because of that, if you do get it in the air, it's usually just a high fly ball. And when it's down in the zone, it's on the ground.
On the ground to short, Dozier. Over to first, and that'll do it. And the Twins even this series up at a game apiece.
I don't care if you're a top team or you're a middle-of-the-pack team. Every ball club wants to be dominant at home. Winning a game like this just helps to boost the confidence and makes you look forward to coming out again for the next one.
And your final 4-2 for Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show. Thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.